Hi, can you guys hear me? Hello, let me know. Happy Thursday. Can you guys hear me? Hi, welcome to my channel. It's just a few of us. Let me say hi to everyone that's here. I see Tipsy, she's an angel, Guidance, Mike, Stephanie, hi Lily. What's up? All right, so we're taking a pause on the Ashley case. Tonight I wanted to review a document. It's older. It's from May and it was filed in June. It's regarding Kanye West and an influencer on Instagram. And you're probably thinking like, why do you want to cover something that's older, right? But I feel like this is somewhat relevant to the whole Sean Puffy Combs situation, Diddy, essentially. Kanye's connected to Diddy by means of Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner, the Kardashians, the business industry, etc. And what I saw in this document, I didn't know. I've been a fan. I knew something had gone down with Kanye, but I had never actually reviewed the indictment from the court. I've seen a few videos on it, but not reading through the document. And so I want to go over it. I feel like it's relevant. It's, birds of a feather flock together, right? So I feel like Kanye and Diddy were connected by the Kardashians. Kanye West was married to Kim Kardashian, who is the daughter of Kris Jenner, who was married, quote unquote, married to Corey Gamble, who was Justin Bieber's manager, who is allegedly a victim of Diddy, right? And this complaint is brutal. Trigger warning, it does have a lot of inappropriate stuff. It does show text messages between Kanye West and this plaintiff. Her name is Lauren Pisciotta, and she's an Instagram influencer. That's how I know her, from Instagram. And I didn't know this existed until this Diddy stuff recently came out. So I thought it was very interesting. Hi, Wednesday. Thanks for being here. So I know a lot of people aren't fans of Kanye West, but this is beyond that point, right? We're going to look into the crimes committed here and what he was charged for. I believe he settled, and this was not taken to court, so obviously. But I'm going to put it up on the screen. We're going to get through it. It's pretty long, but we go through documents here all the time. That's my thing. I like to do that. So we'll get through it pretty fast, I believe. Thanks for being here. Trigger warning, it is inappropriate. It does have cuss words. I just highlighted bits and pieces that I wanted to read, but I'm going to read through most of it. If I skip parts, it's just, codes and all that we should just get through. But like I said, this complaint is with Lauren, who is an Instagram influencer, against Kanye West. And I feel like essentially, yes, it could connect, hi Stephanie, to what's going on with Diddy, right? We're seeing a lot of celebs and rappers and the hip hop people being involved with that case. So let me know if you can see it. So this complaint is for breach of contract, wrongful termination, sexual harassment, unlawful retaliation, discrimination, failure to prevent harassment, quantum merit, I don't know what that means, unjust enrichment, fraud, unpaid wages, waiting time, failure to provide wage statements, failure to reimburse business expenses, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and failure to produce employment records. And this was in May of this year, beginning of June. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Hey, Guidance. What's up? I've heard quite a bit on Corey. I'm catching up on my phone. Didn't turn the live on, right? Yes. We're going to be looking into that. Some of the cases, too, from complaints that have been filed against these hip hop artists. Hi, Norna. Glad you're here. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I like to kind of like, I named it a blast from the past because I like to review this older stuff that I feel will play into the Diddy situation. I'm into the Diddy stuff. I will probably be covering it. I'm into it because I kind of grew up in that time. I was into like Diddy, Tupac, Aaliyah. So let's get into this. Like I said, trigger warning. It says general allegations. At relevant times, Lauren is an individual residing in the county of Los Angeles. Lauren is informed and believes on the basis and alleges that defendant 𝐂𝐤𝐳 does 1 through 10 inclusive, and each of them were limited liability company corporations and business entities conducting in the state of California, Los Angeles. Plaintiff is further informed and believes on the basis and alleges that 𝐂𝐤𝐳 Apparel does 11 through 12 that were limited liability companies, corporations, and other business entities, form unknown, conducting business in the state of Los Angeles. It's kind of like a repeat. So basically it states, let's get to the good stuff. Plaintiff is informed and believes. These are all the charges. He has like all these charges that she's going after him for. So plaintiff is further informed and plaintiff, which is Lauren, is further informed and believes and thereon alleges that defendants Kanye West, aka 𝐂, individual does 41 through 50 and is inclusive, and each of them were at all times individuals residing in the county of Los Angeles, California. The true names and capacities of defendants named as Doe 1 through 50 inclusive are presently unknown to plaintiff. Plaintiff will amend this complaint, setting forth the true names and capacity of these fictitious defendants when they are ascertained. Plaintiff is informed and believes on the basis and alleges that each of the fictitious defendants has participated in the acts alleged in the complaint to have been done by the named defendants. Lauren, which is the plaintiff, is informed and believes that on the basis alleges that at all relevant times each of the defendants, whether named or fictitious, was the agent or employee of each of the other defendants, and in doing the things alleged to have been done in the complaint acted within the scope of such agency or employment or ratified the acts of the other. Lauren, plaintiff, is further informed and believes upon such information and belief alleges that at all relevant times there was such a unity of interest and ownership between defendants and each of them that their personalities did not in reality exist. Furthermore, there will be an equitable result if the acts in question are treated as those of any one defendant alone. Factual allegations as to each cause of action. Plaintiff has worked in the music industry for approximately 15 years. She has successfully held positions in and as artist management, representation, A&R, marketing consultant, and project management. Due to her professional success, plaintiff had occasions to interact professionally with many artists, including without limitation defendant Kanye West. Collaborated with defendant on Yeezy Season 1 women's fashion line and placed 3 songs on the Donda Kanye West 10th studio album that was eventually released in 2021. In and about July 2021, defendants Kanye West, an individual, does 41 through 50, and each of them acting on behalf of themselves and acting on behalf of co-defendants 𝐂𝐤𝐳 Apparel, and they list all his company names. Does 1 through 40. Contacted plaintiff and requested that she serve as defendant's executive assistant / personal assistant in connection with the business affairs of all defendants herein and the personal affairs of Kanye West. At the time, defendant stated to plaintiff that he was impressed with her prior 10 years as defendant's employee, and they agreed on a salary for the plaintiff of $1 million per year. Defendant Kanye West, aka 𝐂, required that Lauren, the plaintiff, was available to him, quote unquote, 24/7. In reliance upon defendant's representations, plaintiff accepted the annual salary and she agreed to work for defendants as their executive assistant, personal assistant, and began doing so as a full-time employee. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I need to switch the page for you. Hi, Crime to Remember. I've been telling people for years about Hollywood. They all about crazy. Now it's coming. Yeah. That's why I wanted to review this. I'm like, this sounds a lot like Diddy. And I actually, this Lauren girl, she's an Instagram influencer, and she has like a clothing brand, her, and a music brand. And so I follow them on Instagram, and I never read this. Like I saw videos on it, but I never actually read what he was charged with. And it was shut down pretty quick. Kanye paid her. So it didn't go to court, like trial. That's what I mean. Sorry. So I feel like it was out there, but not as much as the Diddy stuff, right? And Kanye's really closely connected to Diddy, so I really wanted to just go back and review. This was May and June of this year, so really it was only like 4 or 5 months. Let's move on. Sorry, did I get ahead of myself on the pages? I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me know. Hey ATS, thanks for being here. Hey Big Girl for Life. But like, listen, Kanye West is tied to the Kardashians, right? He's married to Kim Kardashian, and the Kardashians might be involved with the whole Diddy situation. Corey Gamble was Justin Bieber's manager for like, I want to say like 10 years. Don't, that's allegedly. I'm not sure if it was 10 years. But I was always like a Kardashian fan until as of recent, like maybe a couple years ago. So I think it plays a role. So we're going to review these older complaints. Let's move on. In reliance upon defendants' representation, Lauren accepted the annual salary and she agreed to work for defendants. Oh, yeah. So Lauren is Kanye's personal assistant and began doing so as a full-time employee. At all relevant times, Kanye West was aware that the plaintiff, Lauren, maintained a strong social media presence comprised of her Instagram and an OnlyFans account, the latter of which was run entirely by an independent management company, and he did not have any issue or objection to it. So you knew she had an OnlyFans. You had no problem with that, Kanye West. So you could harass her later. I don't know. Question mark. Allegedly is what this states. I'm just here reading a legal document from the court. I'm not a hater. I like Kanye. Well, I did like Kanye until I read this personally. I hadn't read this. I'm involved, but like I didn't read the actual document. Wait till you see what's in this. Like the text messages are so foul. So trigger warning. Inappropriate words and photos. Some of them are blocked out. Let's move on. To the contrary, defendant Kanye West often boasted to friends and colleagues that Lauren was an quote unquote OnlyFans superstar. Lauren's social media presence included, but was not limited to, Instagram and OnlyFans and a content of, among other things, professional bikini and lingerie photographs as a result of professional and tasteful photo shoots. Lauren's social media presence generated approximately $1 million annually. Much later, in and around August 2022, defendant Kanye West stated that he wanted Lauren to be quote-unquote God-like and asked Lauren to delete her OnlyFans account. Defendant Kanye West agreed to plaintiff $1 million if she did so. In further reliance upon defendant's representations, Lauren deleted her OnlyFans internet account, thereby giving up the annual sums generated from such account. Kanye West never paid Lauren as promised. Meanwhile, commencing almost immediately, Kanye West does 1 through 50, and each of them engaged in a systematic, severe, and persuasive and offensive campaign and unlawful harassment based on Lauren's sex, including sexual harassment, in violation of various provisions of FEHA, included but not limited to Government Code 12940. Defendant Kanye West, his actions, and each of them involved acts. Oh my God, this is dirty. I'm sorry. Involved acts such as masturbating in front of Lauren, the plaintiff, oversharing intimate sexual details, photos, texts, and videos of sex acts, including without limitation, acts that defendant Kanye West was engaged in, and other pictures and videos of Instagram models, current and former Yeezy employees, and various men and women. Does this sound familiar to the Diddy stuff going on right now? Hey Jojo. Jojo, my beautiful Jojo. I'm glad you made it. Hi. Hey ATS. What's up, girl? Hi Scott. Thanks for being here. Hi Esther. Okay, hello. Are you guys catching this? Like, does this not sound like Diddy? And this is just to one female that Kanye West did this to that we know allegedly. Um, y'all know why I'm reading this, right? It's from May and June, but I feel like it matters in this Diddy case. Guidance, guidance, yes, 100%. You and I have been following this guidance. We're like, we got our eye on it, and this is heavy because I believe Corey Gamble will end up coming up in the Diddy case, in my opinion. I am not a professional. This is all just my opinion. I'm not a legal representative, but I did used to really like hip hop in this whole crowd. So I will say that I follow this. I used to be a big Aaliyah girl. I still am. Let that say enough. Guidance. It's more relevant now and validated for the victims. Yes, I agree, right? It's like, okay, so all these things are coming up about Diddy alleging him of being, a predator, abuser, etc., all these things, right? But Kanye West, like I said, was married to Kim Kardashian, who is very closely tied to Corey Gamble, who is very closely tied to P. Diddy and Justin Bieber. So this next part, I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you, real ones. This next part is inappropriate. It has cuss words. I crossed them out. I'm not going to say them, but you guys can read them, and I'm sure you guys will get the gist of it. So this section is specific instances of harassment, discrimination, and otherwise unlawful conduct. Moreover, and by way of an example, only and not all intended to be inclusive of all acts of sexual harassment. The following are only some of the specific non-consensual, offensive, unwanted, unsolicited, unwelcomed, and unlawful acts. Defendant Kanye West sent the following unsolicited text and videos to Lauren. And this is the text. See, my problem is I be wanting to blank, but then after I blank, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been blanked. While I am blanking them, then I want her to cheat on me and go get blanked. I can't even repeat this. I'm just gonna stay quiet. You guys can read the rest of it. Blank than mine and come back and tell me the story. Then I want her to suck my blank with her best friend, or option B, suck my blank with a bad blank. This is so, I already read this too. That's why I crossed it out. Okay. This is these are real too. I mean, they're in a court document, so I don't know. Make of it what you will. Lily's like option B. I'm like, girl, no. This is what, ew. Y'all, I wanted to read this to you guys, so now I gotta suck it up, right? And no pun intended. Now I gotta suck it up and we gotta get through it. We gotta get through it. We've been hearing about the baby oil and the eggs. We can get through this. Okay, let's move on. I was effing her, then went and effed somebody. Hold on, am I in trouble for reading? Awkward. Okay, anyways. All right, you guys see the screen. Moving on. B, on another occasion and multiple times, Kanye West asked Lauren to get him quote unquote honey, a sexual enhancement and performance honey. Kanye required Lauren to always have this on hand and available, and she had to deliver it to the defendant in advance of defendant's sexual encounters. Kanye West sent Lauren the following offensive text. Trigger warning. How many times you knocked a guy out in 2 minutes and they was making all kinds of excuses, talking about they never had no blank like this. Kanye West sent Lauren the following offensive text. Prostitutes always got the best blank. It's their business. Kanye West sent Lauren the following offensive text. One time I took Viagra and blank an A-list celebrity for 3 hours. Not sure why that thought came to me. Kanye West sent Lauren the following offensive text. I'm a blank the living dog blank. Okay, I'm going to skip that part. All of our friends gonna need to find out where every blank that blank with me in love. All of her friends, meaning, and the name was removed. LOL. Kanye West sent the following offensive text. You got blank cell number. I need him to start effing some of these blanks. I love when these blanks get the shit blank out of them and tell me about it. Kanye West sent the following offensive text. Santa Barbara, but keep that room at that shitty ass Malibu spot. Blank the shit out of the blank. Name removed. I'm just gonna turn it to the next page so you guys can see what's being said. So these are text messages from Kanye West to Lauren, who is following this lawsuit. He says, just that kind of summer. Kanye West sent plaintiff Lauren the following offensive text. I have a serious question, but be honest with me. Is my blank? Okay, I'm going to skip these words just because I feel like YouTube's not going to be okay with it. Sorry, guys. I did read this beforehand. You guys can see this on the screen, yeah? I'm going to stare at pictures of a white woman with blank and beat the shit out of my blank. This ain't right, bro. After 400 years, we still at this point, the richest black man ever, beating the blank out of his big blank. Kanye West sent the following offensive text. I was just thinking back to the bowling alley, thinking of what the headline could have been. Ye arrested for blanking the shit out of his assistant on the bowling alley floor. Okay, so we're seeing that they were hooking up, right? Lily, I know. I am so sorry, you guys, but it's important. You already know. I already told you. Like, I think this is going to come up later in the whole Diddy case. There's no way it's not. Kanye was like married into the family that has so much to do with Justin Bieber and Diddy. Even if it doesn't, it's wild. It's like a blast from the past. If it wasn't YouTube, I'd be okay with reading it because it's a legal document, but like, y'all know, I'm trying to censor everything. Stephanie says, poor Melly. I know, I read it out loud to myself, but then I was like, I don't think I can say this out loud. Let's move on. This text was especially offensive since it suggested or insinuated that Lauren wanted to have sex with the defendant and actually had sexual intercourse with the defendant, when in fact, she did not want to do so and never indeed did so. Kanye West sent Lauren a lengthy text with explicit details of this sexual encounter with a model. This text was likewise especially offensive as Kanye West closed the text with, quote unquote, I did think about Lauren when I came though. What? Okay, moving on. Kanye West continually told plaintiff that he wanted a quote unquote hug from her. It was continual, and on multiple occasions he clipped a photo of Lauren and texted, quote unquote, hug please. Kanye also clipped a photo of Lauren from her social media and texted, "Crazy. A blank never wanted a hug so bad." Kanye West, in between sending photos of the defendant client having sex with a model, defendant then sent a text and the meme photo below to clarify what he intended and meant when he said he wanted to hug Lauren. Are y'all following? So Kanye West sent her these messages, and then he sends Lauren this meme that is now in this legal court document. So, trigger warning, close your eyes. Oh, it says intentionally left blank, right? But then it's not. What? What? Excuse me? Yes, Stephanie, bowling alley. They hooked up in the bowling alley. I don't know. Allegedly, it's what the complaint says. I got this from the New York courts. Esther, I appreciate you for being here. Y'all are dope. Hi, Mike. Mike, what do you think? Hey, baby, you got 2 minutes. You can give. I got. That's messed up. What rhymes with hug me? Like, quote. So this is what he sent her. Okay, let's move on. Sorry for the inappropriateness. Y'all are like, what is this? Kanye West sent Lauren the following photo via text. Description: 2 photos of a model posing naked in a mirror. Kanye sent Lauren another video via text, and it was a 6-second video of the defendant who took a video of a model topless bending over and shaking her butt for the camera. Why hadn't I heard of this? Why hadn't I read this? This was just in June. Technically 4 months. Kanye West. And he settled. He paid her. So does that mean it was true? Moving on. Wednesday says, you didn't read this because no new outlets wanted to go there. I looked it up, like I looked it up in YouTube, and I saw like a couple videos and other big people like covering it, but I had personally never read it. And I'm like, you guys know I like to do that on my channel. We did the Diddy indictment, we've done the Ashley case. Prior to that, we did a couple other documents. I'm a nerd for the documents, so it might be boring to some people, but hey, I'd rather hear it from whoever's claiming to be the justice system, right? So the court system. And I thought this was very interesting. So moving on, Kanye West sent Lauren the following video via text. A 24-second video that Kanye filmed of a model performing oral sex on him. The video was followed by a text conversation wherein defendant asked Lauren if he should edit the video as he wanted to make sure his penis looked big enough. I know. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for YouTube by that. Y'all are like, Millie, calm down. Kanye West sent the plaintiff the following video. Plaintiff is Lauren, by the way. Description: a 13-second video of the defendant filmed of him having intercourse with a model. Hold on. This was like 2022. Was he still married to Kim Kardashian? Because I need to know. I should know. Was he cheating on Kim Kardashian or were they divorced? I believe they were divorced. I learned about this from Sloan. I know, I watched Sloan. He's very great. I'll link his channel. He's awesome. Kanye West sent the plaintiff a following photo via text, a description of a model posing in her kitchen, and this was followed by another photo of the model grabbing her butt naked. Defendant then sent plaintiff the following text: she crazy. Kanye West then sent her a text again and it's a 33-second video of a model having intercourse with an unidentified man. Kanye West sending these videos of people having sexual relationships. What does that remind you of right now going on? Diddy? You guys see why I wanted to go over this again? Because I'm like, she crazy girl. Me or what? Lily. Curtis, I'm laughing out loud at this and I feel bad about it. I know. I'm not laughing at what's going on here. This is serious, right? But like I'm laughing at you guys with you guys in the chat. But like this is serious. Like now that all these allegations are coming up about Diddy, right? I don't put this past Kanye. And you know, I really do like the Kardashians, but I feel like they will end up coming up in the Diddy situation. At least Corey Gamble, who's Justin Bieber's manager. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Moving on. Kanye West sent another photo via text of two photos of a model laying on the floor, posing in a thong and no top. Kanye West then sent Lauren another photo, and the first image was a text about a model wanting to see a video of him having sexual relationships with another model. The second image is a screenshot of a text conversation he had with a model telling her, quote unquote, "I want to blank you raw, so if you blank anyone else, you have to wear a condom." What? Third image is a photo of the model dressed in lingerie exposing her blank and anus. Fourth image, a screenshot of a photo of a model naked in her kitchen. Kanye West sent the following photo to Lauren, and it was a naked model exposing her blank and blank modeling and sunglasses. Defendant sent Lauren the following video, a 35-second, 2 videos of a model having intercourse with an unidentified man, and 30 seconds, a model and an unidentified man having intercourse. So it was like corn videos and corn images. You know what I'm saying when I say corn? Like, I'm going to drop it in the chat, like corn on the cob, you know, like corn that we eat, corn, but I'm substituting the C with another letter. You catching the drift? You're like, no. All right, I'm done. Let's move on. Kanye West said, Stephanie, stop. Corn on the stop right now. Tipsy. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Kanye West sent Lauren the following videos. 3 videos. He cropped and shortened the video and sent different versions. One is a 35-second video of defendant and a Yeezy employee having intercourse, followed by a text saying what you think of this vid. The second video is 10 seconds of Kanye and a Yeezy employee having intercourse. What? No wonder he just wanted to settle. If this isn't as bad as Diddy, I don't know. What do you think? 3, 19 seconds of Kanye and a Yeezy employee having intercourse. This video and a video above were followed by a text saying, quote unquote, "I edited, LOL." Defendant cropped his penis out of the frame because he said it did not look big enough to send to one of his friends. Kanye West then sent another 15-second video of a model dancing naked and bending over with hands on the floor, blank, 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 blank. Sorry, I didn't cross those words out. Forgive me. Forgive me. Why does YouTube censor these things if this is what's going on in the court system? Like, it makes no sense to me. So it's legal in the court of law, but it's not legal on YouTube because you don't want us to hear it on YouTube, but you want to hear it in a courtroom where people's freedom is on the line and cases get presented and these things get brought up. It makes no sense. Like, why do I have to censor it? So you guys can see it for yourself on the screen. All right. Thank you. Esther says you're forgiven. I'm weak. Forgive me. All right. Okay. Let's get back to the document. Kanye West sent Lauren the following photo description: a photo of a woman's bare breast. And then he sent another text and it said, oh, it was a screenshot of a text between him and a Yeezy employee, quote unquote. Blank, I love seeing your reaction while we blank. I want to blank your mom before she leaves. This was followed by a text from the defendant, quote unquote, I want you to watch me blank your mom. Another example of the defendant's offensive and abusive conduct occurred at the Soho warehouse in Los Angeles in early of 2022. During a studio session, a male and female guest arrived. Kanye West asked the male guest if he would allow him to have sex with the female guest. Kanye West told the male guest that in exchange for allowing him to have sex with the woman, the male guest could have sex with the plaintiff. In an effort to persuade his male guest, Kanye West stated, Lauren has blank. Again, defendant was insinuated that he had previously had sexual intercourse with plaintiff Lauren. In February, March of 2022 in Miami for Donda 2 at a work dinner, Kanye West followed plaintiff as she excused herself to the restroom. Kanye West asked Lauren, plaintiff, if she would participate in a sexual threesome. Lauren, the plaintiff, declined. Kanye then asked plaintiff over FaceTime when Lauren was at her home with a guest. Kanye asked to have phone sex with Lauren's friend. Lauren denied and ended the phone call / FaceTime. Kanye West asked Lauren to come to his hotel, Nobu in Malibu, California, because defendant said he needed plaintiff to log him into the Netflix account. Once the plaintiff, Lauren, arrived, Kanye admitted that he had plaintiff come to his hotel because he wanted a hug for his birthday. Kanye West would require Lauren, plaintiff, to coordinate Uber rides for women to meet with him. On one such occasion in August 2022, after plaintiff had arranged an Uber ride, Kanye, aka Yee, and Bianca Censori is Kanye West's wife right now as we speak. So in 2022, Bianca was participating in this, according to this complaint, legal complaint. Y'all, I didn't, hello? Where's Diddy at? I'm waiting for Diddy to pop out. Jojo, my love, yes, get the duck out of here. I know, ATS WTF. It's like Kanye West and Diddy are like the same person. Diddy just got caught and committed far more worse crimes, right? That we know of. I mean, Kanye, we might as well. Hey, Jay. Let's move on. Kanye West would require Lauren to court. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We just read that part. Oh, no. I didn't read that part. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let me go back. Sorry, guys. Kanye West would require Lauren to coordinate Uber rides for women to meet with him. On such one occasion in August 22, plaintiff arranged an Uber ride. Oh yeah, Bianca Censori called plaintiff, Lauren, wanting to discuss the orgy they had participated in the day before. In August 2022 at the Yeezy Gap office, Kanye West required Lauren to remove her cardigan while she was in the office because he said it was, quote unquote, covering too much. Later that evening at the office, Kanye West asked Bianca and other female guests to perform oral sex on him and his male guest in the office changing room. During the same time period, Kanye West asked design assistants at the Yeezy/Gap office why Lauren would not want to have sex with him. Kanye was extremely upset and angry that Lauren would date or have sex with someone else, but not him. You guys, did you guys know this? I can't. On a private overnight flight to Paris for the Yeezy fashion show with multiple Yeezy employees, Kanye texted Lauren and asked for a hug. What is this thing with the hug? Like it's some like perverted act of like whatever. He keeps texting her like hug, hug, hug. Dude, she don't want to hug you. Like you're weird. So Lauren said no. Kanye came out of his room on the plane and said he needed to talk to Lauren. Once inside the room, Lauren, Kanye West, shut the door. Defendant was aware that doing so would trap the two of them inside as the door wasn't able to be opened from the inside. Kanye lay down on the bed and asked if he and Lauren could talk. Lauren sat in a chair across Kanye. He masturbated under the covers until he fell asleep. Lauren was unable to leave as the door had locked and jammed behind her. Eventually, another employee saw a text from Lauren and came and let Lauren out of the defendant's room. Kanye West regularly called Lauren under the guise of discussing work-related topics. Kanye would blank during the phone conversation and would often ask Lauren if she could hear or guess what he was doing. You guys, I'm not kidding. This is a legal document filed in June of this year. I am not playing. This is real. I know you guys are like, what? So we think Diddy, is odd for having 1,000 bottles of baby oil that are now allegedly laced with GHB. How is this any different? I mean, he doesn't have 100,000 bottles of baby oil, but he's literally like, what is he doing to this woman who's his assistant? Esther's like, I believe you, please stop. No doubt he's gonna blame some medication he was on. Stephanie, I'm dead. Let's move on. Kanye would you guys, by the way, I like this girl too. Like Lauren Pisciotta, she's an Instagram influencer. She does like fitness stuff and like, she has like a clothing brand and a music brand. I dig it. So I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. Okay, let's move on. Kanye West would constantly ask Lauren about her current and past sex life. Kanye would frequently demand to hear details and was particularly fixated on the penis size of others and plaintiffs' boyfriends. Kanye would often tell Lauren that he always wanted to have sexual relationships with her, and he held these feelings for a very long time. Kanye also falsely boasted that he had sex with plaintiff, or would insinuate to his friends, business partners, and music and fashion collaborators that he was having sex with Lauren. Kanye West fixation, and stalking of Lauren continued even after Lauren was wrongfully terminated. Indeed, in late of 2022, Kanye moved into the building where Lauren lived. After doing so, Kanye's unprofessional and harassing conduct toward Lauren continued. Whoa. Lauren did not welcome or encourage these offensive acts, texts, videos, and statements, nor did plaintiff condone Kanye West aforementioned offensive, demeaning, and embarrassing and abusive behavior. Instead, notwithstanding the harassment, discrimination, and abuse, Lauren remained focused on performing her job as she remained as professional as possible. Meanwhile, on or about September 13th, 2022, defendants Kanye, an individual, does 41 through 50, offered Lauren a well-deserved promotion to the role of chief of staff for defendants Yeezy apparel line and footwear line. Kanye told Lauren she was getting an additional $3 million as a result of her well-deserved promotion to chief of staff. Thus, Lauren's salary for working for defendants and each of them, the sum was now $4 million. Plaintiff Lauren, in justifiable reliance and on other representations of defendants, and each of them accepted the new position and began performing services for defendants and each of them in her now chief of staff role. So he promoted her to the chief of staff. Stephanie, it's so sad that the more female resists, the more aggressively they're pursued. Right. Jay says he reminds me of Vince McMahon. Right. Also true. Crime says, I don't know what happened. He was never liked when he lived in Chicago. This is wild. On September 16, 2022, Lauren contacted Kanye and each of them and inquired if her raise would be paid in a lump sum or in installments. Kanye, however, did not respond. On October 11th, 2022, Kanye West does 41 through 50, advised Lauren that she would be paid in a full lump sum that day, which was $3 million. Kanye, however, did not pay plaintiff as promised. Despite expressing their great satisfaction with Lauren's job performance, defendants and each of them continued to fail to pay Lauren as they had previously promised. In fact, on several occasions, Kanye West, an individual, inclusive into each of them, in an effort to continue to induce reliance on Lauren's part, created a group text with defendant's accountant and Lauren, instructing that Lauren be paid $3 million, but then stopping the wire payment of money each time. Meanwhile, Lauren continued to rely upon defendants' representations that she would be paid her stated salary and continued to perform her job responsibilities for the defendants. Plaintiff also advanced many costs necessary for the performance of her services for defendants and each of them, including cell phone charges, meals, and purchases, and all at defendant's request and for defendant's benefits. On or about October 21st, 2022, defendant and each of them terminated plaintiff Lauren's employment, offering Lauren a severance of $3 million, which she accepted. Defendant Kanye then reneged on their commitment to pay the severance to plaintiff. Thereafter, on October 28, 2022, defendants and each of them asked Lauren if she could perform some additional services for defendants, again, promising and agreeing to pay her severance despite having wrongfully accused Lauren of extortion. That's brutal. In reliance upon said representations, Lauren performed such services for defendants in each of them. She also advised defendants in response to their false accusations that Lauren engaged in extortion, that all she had done was requested that she be paid as promised and agreed by the defendants. To induce further reliance on Lauren's part and to secure her continued services, on October 31st, 2022, again, created a group text with defendant's accountant and Lauren, instructing Lauren be paid. Plaintiff Lauren, however, was never paid. So Kanye didn't pay her for all her work. That's confusing, right? When they claim to have billions of dollars. First, cause of action. Lauren incorporates each and every allegation of this complaint as though fully set forth herein. At all times, plaintiff performed and fulfilled her obligations under their agreement, and they failed to pay her. Plaintiff has been damaged in the sum of at least $4 million. Plaintiff was wrongfully terminated as described above. The above described conduct of defendants constitute wrongful termination of plaintiff in violation of public policy embodied in various statutes and other law, including but not necessarily limited to Fair Employment and Housing Act prohibiting gender discrimination. As a result of defendant's discriminatory, retaliatory, and unlawful actions against her, plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer damages in the form of lost wages and other employment benefits and severe and emotional physical distress, the exact amount of which will be proven at trial. On May 28, 2024, Lauren filed with the Civil Rights Department, State of California, a complaint charging defendants with discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and other claims in violation of the California Fair Employment and Housing Act. Lauren requested received a quote-unquote right to sue notice. Kanye and each of them acted for the purpose of causing Lauren to suffer financial loss and severe emotional distress and physical distress, and are guilty of oppression and malice, justifying an award exemplary and punitive damages. So the next third cause of action is sexual harassment and hostile work environment against Kanye. The conduct of Kanye and each of them as alleged, more specifically in paragraph 9 above, constitutes unlawful harassment based on plaintiff's sex, including sexual harassment in violation and various provisions of FEHA. As a result of defendant's unlawful actions, plaintiff Lauren has suffered and continues to suffer damages. So she's asking for that as well. Kanye and each of them acted for the purpose of causing Lauren to suffer financial loss and suffer emotional distress. The next charge is unlawful retaliation as against all defendants. So he just was not being a good person and a good employer. Lauren reported and complained about the discriminatory, harassing, and hostile work environment to which she was subjected. Kanye and each of them discriminated, harassed, and retaliated against Lauren as a result of her complaints and her refusal to have sex with Kanye West. Ultimately, Kanye West terminated Lauren's employment in retaliation of her complaints and refusal to have sex with the defendant. So because she didn't want to have sex with him, she was treated this way. How do you guys feel about that? You know, I see that a lot on YouTube. I know. It's hard to believe. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to tell you what's up. There are, I think, a lot of victims. As a result of the defendant's retaliation against her, Lauren has suffered and continues to suffer damages. Kanye acted for the purpose of causing Lauren to suffer emotional distress and malice. Let me move to the next page. I'm skipping the codes and all that. In engaging in the conduct as described herein, Kanye and each of them discriminated Lauren based on her gender in violation of various laws. As a result of the defendant's Kanye's discriminatory and unlawful actions against her, Lauren has suffered and continues to suffer damages in the form of lost wages and other employment benefits and severe emotional and physical distress. Kanye and each of them acted for the purpose of causing Lauren to suffer financial loss and emotional distress. Kanye and each of them failed to take reasonable and required steps to put in place policies and practices designed to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. Indeed, Kanye failed to prevent these unlawful workplace practices and are indifferent to their obligation as employers to provide a safe workplace. As a result of Kanye's willful and unlawful failures, Lauren has suffered and continues to suffer. The seventh charge is quantum merit against all defendants. I don't know what that means, to be honest. We're about to find out. Within the last 2 years, Lauren rendered work, labor, and services to defendants, and each of them at the special request of defendants, for which defendants then and there promised to pay the plaintiff, Lauren, the reasonable value of such services. At all times mentioned, the above services were and are of the reasonable value of no less than $4 million, which was agreed upon the defendant promised to pay Lauren. No part of the above sum has been paid, notwithstanding that plaintiff has demanded payment therefore, and there is now due, owing and unpaid from the defendant. So Kanye owed her all this money. The 8th charge is unjust enrichment against all defendants. As a result of the breaches by and wrongful acts of Kanye and each of them, as described in this complaint, defendants have been unjustly enriched at the expense of Lauren. Defendants have derived and continue to derive the benefit from failing to perform their contractual obligations pursuant to the parties' agreements as set forth above. Defendants are under any obligation to pay Lauren with all the amounts by which they have been unjustly enriched. So then the 9th charge is fraud against defendant. At the time, defendants and each of them made the statements to plaintiff as identified in paragraphs 7 to 8, 10 to 5. They knew they were false and they had no intention of performing as they so had promised. Rather, such representations were made with an intent to deceive Lauren and secure services and contributions of money from her. Lauren, meanwhile, justifiably relied upon the misrepresentations of defendants and each of them and continued to provide services. As a result of the conduct of the defendants and each of them, Lauren has suffered damages. The conduct of defendants and each of them was alleged herein fraudulent. In addition, defendants and each of them acted for the purpose of causing plaintiff, Lauren, to suffer financial loss and emotional distress and physical distress, and are guilty of oppression and malice. The 10th charge is against all defendants for failure to pay wages. So it has been recognized that so Kanye failed to pay her wages, and they describe what that means. I'm not going to go over that. You guys already know. So she wasn't paid her wages. As a result, Kanye's violation of labor code set as forth above, Lauren plaintiff is entitled to statutory penalties, prejudgment interest, and attorney's fees. In addition, failure to pay wages when due also subjects the employer to civil penalties. And then it states like a certain percentage that he has to pay her. The 11th charge is waiting time penalties against defendants. Earned wages to plaintiff during his or her. Okay, so this goes back to him not paying. Defendants have the monies to pay plaintiff. After all, the defendant has proclaimed to be the quote-unquote richest black man ever. Oh my God, imagine that they use that against you. Wow. What you texted her, they're now using against you in the same legal document. As a consequence of Kanye's willful failure to pay wages to Lauren, plaintiff is entitled to recover an additional sum. 12th charge, failure to provide accurate. So a lot of this is like Kanye failing to pay her. Lauren is informed and believes and based thereon alleges that Kanye and each of them have knowingly and intentionally failed to provide accurate itemized wage statements to Lauren. So they've violated another labor code. And then another one. That's sad. To claim to be like a billionaire, millionaire, and then you can't pay your employees. The 14th is intentional infliction of emotional distress against all defendants. So Lauren incorporates each and every allegation of this complaint as a fully set forth herein. The conduct of defendants and each of them as alleged in this complaint was at all times extreme and outrageous and carried on by defendants and each of them with either an intention to cause emotional distress or with reckless disregard of the probability of causing emotional distress. As a result of the conduct of the defendants and each of them, plaintiff has suffered severe emotional suffering. Defendants in each of them acted for the purpose of causing Lauren to suffer financial loss and severe emotional distress and physical distress and are guilty of oppression and malice. So the next is the violation code for employment records. We're going to skip through like this part. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. She is entitled, defendant in each of them have failed to comply to provide plaintiff with records. Lauren, plaintiff, therefore seeks statutory penalties. Okay, so this is her request here. Plaintiff prays for compensatory damages according to proof and prejudgment and post-judgment interest, exemplary and punitive damages, reasonable attorney's fees, statutory penalties under labor code, injunctive relief, prejudgment interest, cost of suit, and for such other and further relief as the court may deem proper. Dated May 31st, 2024. Yay! We got through it. Right, Lily. It's sad that people can be treated so poorly, right? They claim to be like billionaires and millionaires, and then they treat people like shit. Anyways, thanks for hanging out and reading this with me. I know, like a lot of people aren't fans of like reviewing older cases, especially when like the Diddy stuff is going on, but I feel like it's important. I feel like this will come up later. I also want to go through the Rodney indictment complaint. It's super long, so we would have to put it into like 3 parts. But I got like all of the documents. I got like text messages. It's like good stuff. And it's currently an open case still. As of yesterday, if you don't know, Rodney filed a complaint against Diddy. And it includes all the people that are being brought up. Let me see. I don't want to bring Diddy up in this live because we're not talking about him, but I feel like it's so good. It's so good. It's too good. It's too good, like the stuff that I have. Let me share the screen. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. Like, let me tell you, right here, defendants, Sean Combs, Shondier Combs, Lucianne Grange, Ethiopia Habertman, Christine Coram, Chalice Recording Studios, Motown Records, Universal, Love Records. So all these people are the ones named in the Rodney defendant list case. So I also have like text messages and stuff. So I think I want to cover that. What do you guys are? I don't know if you're down and you guys are interested in that, or you guys would rather just move on to like Diddy stuff. What do you guys think? Thank you, Cherry Max. No, it's not easy stuff. Especially when like I used to really listen to like Diddy and Kanye, you know, like I said. Stephanie says old or not, this is important. It is, right? Victims, it goes to say like be careful who you support online, right? And artists and stuff like that. And it goes for YouTube as well. So hey, thanks for being here. I'm going to be continuing the Ashley series, continuing Diddy. We're going to read the Ronnie stuff and go through that. I got a file sent to me. It's literally like 200 documents. So I'm like, okay, we'll have to review that. Thanks, ATS, for being here. If you guys haven't followed ATS News, go follow. She's my girl. She covers all true crime. She's amazing. Really, go follow. I'll drop her link in the chat. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys are down for that kind of stuff, like reading. I don't know. I'm a nerd. I like reading those kinds of documents. But I know everybody's talking about Diddy, so I don't know. I kind of want to cover other stuff while Diddy stuff is being covered, but I still want to cover Diddy too. All right, I'm going to drop ATS's link in the chat. Oh, ATS, you could probably do it too since you're a mod, but okay, guys, thanks for hanging out and reading this document with me. Thank you, Esther, for being here. I know it was a lot to get through, but Now we know Kanye was doing the same things that Diddy is basically doing and not paying his employees. So we'll see if Kanye comes up in this Diddy situation. I appreciate you guys for being here. Hit the like button, please, and let me know if you guys are down to hear about the Rodney case, the indictment, and go through those legal documents. I do also want to go through some of the Soto case stuff, Maddie Soto. So let me know. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for being here. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you guys later. Yes, thank you guys. Have a good night. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.